Hello, AP and Honors English 3 students. Before we get started with our daily grammar practice, I want to just remind you that you need to get your AP registration form to Ms. Petrino in Student Services by October 16th. It needs to be filled out. Make sure you put your name and all the information here. And have circled all of the AP exams that you wish to take in the spring. Remember, this is AP Lang, not AP Lit. Do not sign up for the AP Lit exam. You will fail it. But the AP Lang exam, we are going to work very hard to make sure that you are very successful on that test. So, if you're cohort A, hopefully you had got this turned in by this past Friday. Which is tomorrow in real time, but that would be October 2nd. And then cohort B, since you're with me this week, hopefully you can get it turned in by Friday. And then cohort C, you need to have it turned in by the following Friday. I think this is cohort C's Friday is October 16th, I think. Today is October 5th, Monday, October 5th through the 9th is what DGP we're looking at here. Okay, remember the drill. Stop the video and work along. Don't just copy down what I write and not think about what you're doing, because that doesn't help anybody. Okay, so Edmund Spenser, who was inspired by Chaucer, is buried next to him in Poet's Corner. We have this relative pronoun clause. We also can call it an adjective dependent clause, right, which acts as sort of its own dependent clause, which means it has a subject and a verb, right? The main clause in our main proper noun, Edmund Spenser, is buried next to him in Poet's Corner. This is really our main clause working here, but Edmund Spenser is a proper noun, who is a reflexive pronoun, was is a helping verb, inspired is an action verb, past tense, and was helps it to be in the past perfect tense, right? He was inspired, and that still continues to be true today. By is a preposition. The airplane flies by the clouds. Chaucer, proper noun. He's a Middle Ages poet that you're going to read about in English 4, with the Canterbury Tales especially. Is a helping verb. Buried is an action verb, past perfect tense. Next to is a preposition. The plane flies next to the clouds. Him is a third person objective pronoun. It's objective because it receives the action. Next to whom? Next to him, right? In is a preposition. The plane flies in the clouds. And Poet's Corner is a place in England, right? And that's a proper noun. Okay, so pause your video. Welcome back. It should be Tuesday, the 6th. So we're going to name our subjects. We have our first subject here, Edmund Spenser. And what did he do? Edmund Spenser is buried. So this is our first verb. And we don't have a direct object. Remember, a preposition an object of a preposition can never be a direct object. So this is an intransitive verb, right? Buried next to him in Poet's Corner. This is an adverbial prepositional phrase, and so is this, because they give more information about the action, right? And just double checking my work. And who was inspired by Chaucer? This is our, adjective dependent clause. So this subject, this is our second subject, was inspired is our second verb, and it is also intransitive, right? Looks like we're doing some kind of math equation here. By Chaucer, also an adverbial phrase. And remember, This verb is intransitive because it's followed by a prepositional phrase, and the object of a preposition can never be a direct object. That's a rule, right? So get that down, pause, see you tomorrow. And here it is on Wednesday. See, I'm wearing the same thing. Oh, it's college day all week. So you can tell I'm doing this on Thursday if I didn't already say that. I'm ahead of the game this week. Having Wednesday to catch up really made life easier. I wish we had a built-in day. That was the original plan with Plan B, was supposed to have a built-in work day for teachers like the middle school has every week. And that really would have been helpful. But, I have a lot of opinions, but nobody's asking. Edmund Spenser, who was inspired by Chaucer, is buried next to him in Poets' Corner. So I want to identify these clauses. So Edmund Spenser is buried next to him in Poets' Corner. This is our independent clause. And who was inspired by Chaucer is an adjective dependent clause, because of this reflexive pronoun that reflects back on Edmund Spenser. It's really kind of like a non-essential positive, which should give you a hint about how we're going to punctuate this bad boy. Let me move my screen up. Don't go away, or go away and come back tomorrow, Thursday, where we can get this done. Okay, and so here again, let's use red this time. We're going to capitalize Edmund Spenser, of course, who was inspired by Chaucer, who is a famous poet. So we're definitely going to capitalize him. And Poets' Corner. So here's all of our proper nouns. Poets is possessive, so it's apostrophe S. And who was inspired by Chaucer is a non-essential appositive. So that also gets commas around it. Okay? Edmund Spenser, who was inspired by Chaucer, is buried next to him in Poets' Corner. And that's it for that. Okay, let's take a stab at our diagramming. Pause or come back tomorrow. Okay? So we see we have two clauses working. So every clause means a cross. Ah, right? Okay. So Edmund Spenser and who was inspired. So these are our main pieces to the puzzle. Edmund Spenser. I've got that crammed in there, don't I? Edmund Spenser is buried. That's our main clause. And then who was inspired is our subordinate clause, is another word to call a dependent clause or adjective dependent clause. Who was inspired, right? Okay, and so then we have our, how do we have this, what else do we have there? By Chaucer, who was inspired, and this is adverbial, so we know who goes down here, was inspired by Chaucer, is buried next to him in Poets' Corner, right? And so, next to him in Poets' Corner. And, almost forgot, by Chaucer. It was inspired by Chaucer. And as far as joining this bad boy together, we really just, we're joined because who is adjective, so it's referring back to him. So we just want to show that we're connected here. Does that make sense? I hope so. Clear as mud, right? Okay, keep working hard. I'm getting some writing samples from each cohort on Fridays of this week. And the ones you want to be thinking about, it might change for cohort B and C, but the ones that we've done so far, I've made videos for Dr. Raina Green's speech on the museum for the Plains white people, Queen Elizabeth I's speech to the troops at Tilbury, Joan Didion's Santa Ana Winds. I've done video lessons on all of those, modeling the, active close reading, talking with the text, making our graphic organizers and whatnot. So I'm gonna let you choose between these. We might, by the time cohort B and C gets to Fridays of their weeks, you'll probably have some more to choose from. And I'm gonna let you choose the essay that you feel most equipped to write a well-developed essay. Right, and it will be a timed essay, so you might not get finished, but no worries, it's gonna be practice. Okay, keep working hard. I'm so proud of you guys. Look out for all the Google Classroom assignments. Remember, there's something every single day. Do not snooze a day, then you'll be behind. Okay, keep working hard. I'm so proud of you.